you hear that noise and you're anywhere around the Pacific Ocean, it's telling you a tsunami's on its way. It's the siren triggered by one of the tsunami warning centers that will tell you that immediately you need to get to higher ground. You need to find a place of safety. Following one of these evacuation route signs, perhaps going to a high building. These will be set up all the way around the Pacific Ocean, and the local people will be trained and educated what to do and how to use them. This lesson is all about tsunamis, their causes and effects. As we'll see, tsunamis have the potential to be the most destructive natural hazards that we have to deal with. We saw that back in 2011 when a tsunami devastated part of the Japanese coast. And on an even bigger scale, in 2004, when there was a massive tsunami that affected the Indian Ocean. We're going to look at both of those events in this lesson. To understand why tsunamis are so destructive, we must first look at their causes. Now, I've linked another video in the lesson guidance notes, which you should have watched perhaps before this lesson. Tsunamis are different from normal waves. They're not generated in the same way. Normal waves are created by the wind. A tsunami is caused by displacement of water. And because of that, they behave in a very different way. A tsunami is a shock wave in the water. It spreads outwards like the ripples in a pond if you throw a stone into a lake. It spreads out from the area where it originates. And it forms like a wall of water. Now in the deep ocean, these waves are small. They're perhaps maybe half a metre high. They might be quite well spread apart. They'll also be travelling extremely quickly, maybe about 800 kilometres an hour. And actually, ships in the deep ocean really don't notice them. When they get to shallow water, though, that energy level gets concentrated, the wave builds up, possibly to 10 metres high, and moves inland then almost as like a wall of water. And these happen in a series. There's a number of them that happen one after the other. As we'll see later on, though, these waves aren't just a bit of water splashing around. Water in itself is heavy, and when it's fast moving, it's very powerful. And it also, when it starts coming onto land, will be picking up debris. They're very, very destructive things. Okay. Having established the nature of a wave, what I'd like you to do now is press pause. And I'd like you to watch the video that summarises the Sendai earthquake in Japan in 2011. The link is in the lesson guidance note. Once you've done that, come back to this video. I'll see you shortly. Okay. You'll have seen from that video the range of effects that an earthquake, an offshore earthquake like the Sendai one, can have. The effect on people can be devastating. The trauma, obviously death, injuries, disease is huge. Buildings, the destructive power of a tsunami is immense. What you think would be a fairly substantial building really just gets swept away by the power of these things. there's tremendous potential for disease in the aftermath. Water supplies will be contaminated, sewers will be bursting, there'll be bodies of dead animals, dead people, contaminating water, and there won't be any safe sources. And perhaps one of the most shocking consequences of the Sendai earthquake was its effect on the Fukushima nuclear power plant. That is causing, nearly 10 years on, ongoing environmental nightmares. Dealing with that is going to be a generation's worth of effort in Japan. The land that you saw, the beautiful farmers' fields all laid down, now covered in this layer of contaminated debris. The habitat's lost. And also the long-term psychological effects. The trauma of an event like this, it's perhaps hard for us in the relatively tectonically stable United Kingdom to try and imagine what it's like living with the after effects of this and knowing it could happen again. Now, the Sendai earthquake, shocking as it was, isn't the biggest one to have affected the world. The biggest single natural hazard that we've had to deal with, certainly in recorded history, happened on Boxing Day 2004, when a massive earthquake, magnitude 9.1 or something like that, affected the seabed just off the coast of Sumatra. Estimates for the death toll are somewhere above 200,000 people. It was just an event on a scale that we really hadn't seen before. I've linked in the extension part of the lesson guidance notes a longer video about this. You'll also find on page 20 of your Theme 8 booklets a summary of this event. Okay. As we watch the sunset of the tsunami memorial in Japan, it's worth thinking about just the power of this event. The destructive potential around the coast is immense. If you look at where most people live, it will be in coastal regions, particularly around the Pacific Ocean, where 80% or so of the world's tsunamis occur. However, as we'll see next lesson, it is possible to do some things about these. This isn't just a natural hazard that we are powerless to do anything about. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is possible. We'll look at that next time. I'll see you then.